important to practice cadence. G major, tonic, dominant, tonic. We are changing notes,
Okay.
but the functions are still the same. Tonic, dominant,
Oh.
and I want to explain you why. How old are you?
I'm 13.
13. Okay, so you can understand perfectly what I mean. The point is this: music is a language.
Yeah.
What does it mean is a language that has some grammar or structures like the spoken language. We can communicate, we can understand each other, not just because we speak English, but because we use specific functions when we speak. If I say the piano is black, piano is subject. If I say, can you play the piano?
Yes,
What?
I can play the piano.
Yeah, no, okay. What's the piano in the second sentence? The piano is black, piano is subject. Can you play the piano? What is piano?
Object.
Okay. What does it mean? The piano is still the piano, but what is changing? The function inside the sentence. That's why we can communicate. And thanks to the verb, we understand subject, object, or something else. Let's just take the easiest ones. Okay? Because all language in the world have different alphabet, different sounds, different tone. Asian language have tones mostly. Western language don't have tones, but they follow the same structures. There are studies, language studies, everywhere in the world. African language, Asian language, Western language, subject, verb, object. I mean, they follow the same structure because our brain, everywhere in the world, work in the same way because we come from the same ancestors. So we have different sounds, alphabets, different many things, but the structure is the same. What's the point? We need to understand the structure to understand the language. Subject, object, we speak. Now we don't realize we think, but we think so fast when we speak. That's why we can communicate and speak English fluently. How about music? Usually we are not trained in this way. Maybe also when you learn piano, when you were in the past, situation was different. Also had the same problem. Only reading of the notes, and take measurements as a reference without any real understanding. This should be the beginning, because if I play a cadence in C major, G is in C major, G is dominant, right? Let's go to G major. What is G major in G major?
The tonic.
Oh, that's the point. G is still G, but the function is different, which means in G major, G is the main degree. There's no tension, just because that's home. We move to the dominant. Let's go to D major. What is G in D major? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know the name of the fourth?
The
Yes, subdominant. Still G major, but it's changing, keep changing functions. Why it's so important to know these things? Because those composers thought exactly in this way. Back then there were piano books, how to learn how to play. The first page, cadence, 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 cadence. That's the way to think, to learn how to think before playing. Because if you don't know, you have to think like G major, this one, you have to think. If we start and work in this way, we develop that skill to think before playing. That's why I called my piano method think in music. If you play something, you play, this. Which chord is this? Not before, not after. You speak after you think. You cannot speak without thinking. Same when we play. So when we play, if we develop this skill, we can really understand whatever we do in the music. We can prevent any kind of problem. That was probably not your case in the competition, but I don't know if you attended other competitors. Sometimes it happens, some stopped and totally freezing.
Blank.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they have no
nothing.
idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
And it's such a common problem. There was some very bad case, actually, someone started crying on the stage. Very bad. Where's the problem? They didn't practice, and then maybe you have to practice more. No, they practice in the wrong way. They never practice in this way. They never practice understanding.
Yes.
Suppose I give you, with your English, you can understand. Sorry, can I say this edition?
This is my book when I.
Yeah, because
when
it sounds very familiar to me.
Yes.
Okay, that's
in the
English.
90s.
Okay, I was searching for another. Suppose I give you a. I was searching for an Italian. Okay, I can take my mobile.
Okay.
Because I really want. You're really clever, and I think you can get the. Let's see if in the Bertini. No, never mind. What basically majority of students do, that's the problem. Let's see if I can find some. All my texts are in English.